o'clock. Maybe we should start. No?
I'm sorry, before we start, I would like to tell some technical details. We would appreciate if all the guests could keep their microphones on mute so that we can clearly hear the speakers. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello everyone, and I'm happy to see you all here, and I am happy to welcome to the public launch event of PONTOS project. I am pleased to introduce you Professor Karin Markides, the President of American University of Armenia, for her welcome remarks. Professor Markides, please.
Thank you. Thank you. It is a great honor as President of AUA to welcome you all to this launch event of PONTOS, Copernicus Assisted Environmental Monitoring across the Black Sea Basin, where AUA is the lead partner. First, I want to acknowledge the forward-thinking cross-border cooperation calls from European Union. The complex challenges of this century needs border-free university public-private partnerships and urgency that I want to congratulate EU to take on a leadership role in. So with that, I want to say that at AUA, we believe that higher education has an increasingly important role to play in society. In addition to comprise competence to the next generation and knowledge to the global world, and in addition to disciplinary education and research, a university also needs to disseminate forefront knowledge across many more borders. A university needs to take an active part in enabling solutions for a better life. For this, AUA is poised well, I think, to lead the PONTOS project with its long-standing record here at AUA in environmental work, successful history of regional and European-wide collaborations, and a growing expertise in GIS and remote sensing. As well as solid grounding in the grant management of this magnitude and a strategic focus on transdisciplinary collaboration that is very much in focus these days. In the PONTOS project, the focus is on enabling solutions for all stakeholders, identified and not yet identified, where clustered environmental data could enable smarter solutions to their diverse, complex challenges. I wish the best of success to all partners in the PONTOS project to develop a most useful tool, providing stakeholders with digital integrated, current, barrier-free, and easy accessible, and also transferable environmental data. Good luck, and I will really follow this with great interest. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Markides. Now I'm pleased to introduce to you Her Excellency Andrea Victorii. She is the ambassador of European Union delegation of the Republic of Armenia. Please.
No problem at all. in the Republic of Armenia. Thank you so much. It is a pleasure, and I'm really happy to take part in this opening ceremony. The Commission really shows great commitment to tackle climate and environmental challenges. We all know the atmosphere is warming and the climate is changing with every passing year. And this has a really deep impact also on biodiversity. The European Green Deal is a response to these challenges, and I'm extremely proud to say that yesterday we managed to have an agreement of our next budget for the next 7 years, and for the first time ever, our climate objectives are really clearly spelled out. So I think this shows that we are highly committed. But we all know that the environmental ambition of the Green Deal will not be achieved by Europe acting alone. The drivers of climate change and biodiversity loss are global and not limited to national borders. And we will continue to lead all international efforts, and we want to build alliances with like-minded. The Black Sea Synergy Initiative has developed deeper regional cooperation involving Armenia, Azerbaijan, Bulgaria, Georgia, Greece, Romania, the Republic of Moldova, and the Russian Federation, Turkey, and Ukraine. And our support for actions in this region, in particular, contributed to sustainable development of the region by promoting business and entrepreneurship, including tourism, as well as environmental protection and the reduction of marine litter. As for the COVID response on agriculture and environmental sector, we are glad to say that we really tried to support Armenia. We have agricultural machine supplies. We have the new Green Agricultural Initiative call for proposals for sustainable agriculture. And we have and this is just a very important project here. We have the new EU for Sevan technical assistance with the aim to enhance the environmental protection of Lake Sevan. And we hope really to contract this project in August. And we start together with the Ministry of Environment, a new biodiversity twinning project, which will strengthen protection and sustainable use of biodiversity in Armenia in line with European standards. As you are perhaps aware, the Copernicus is the European Union's Earth observation program and offers information services based on satellite Earth observations and in situ data. The program is coordinated and managed by the European Commission, and the information services provided are freely and openly accessible to the users. And within this framework, PONTOS, and I'm really glad here that we cooperate with the American University in Armenia, which is financed by 92% from the EU under the Black Sea Basin cooperation, can upscale Copernicus and bring it into new territories to promote, and this is always our idea, coordination and cooperation between science, society, government, and industry. And it can also expand the knowledge base of the actors and the stakeholders involved and produce tangible economic benefits through a pooling of resources. PONTOS may explore synergies with the Eco-Portal funded by the European Union under the Shared Environmental Information Systems, and it is ready to be deployed on the server of the Hydrometric, Ecological and Monitoring Center of the Ministry of Environment of Armenia, and the testing phase of the IT and the content management system can be initiated. The Eastern Partnership plays an important role in greener development, and we want really to support in this direction more cooperation. Environmental and climate issues are gaining increased attention, also in the bilateral cooperation between the European Union and Armenia. But we are happy that this is a mix where in this project also we have EU member states on board. I think this is very important. And as a part of the SEPA implementation, the comprehensive and enhanced partnership agreement between Armenia and the European Union, ambitious goals are set to align the legal basis in the country with the European environmental law. And these are synergic interventions, especially on energy efficiency. We are happy that Armenia has made good use of some of our regional projects, also, for example, the EU Water Initiative Plus and the Shared Environmental Information System, and a multi-donor fund that benefits Armenia is the Eastern Europe Energy Efficiency Environmental Partnership. We always have abbreviations. This we simply call E5P. And this has enabled infrastructure projects on waste management and energy efficiency of buildings. Also, the new regional program, EU for Climate, is instrumental in the green transformation of Armenia. I think it is very, very important that you now start this program. We are deeply convinced that progressing together will make us stronger, and I really wish the program a lot of success. I hope I will be able to see then at a certain stage the results, but I wish everybody a lot of success and wish you a fruitful discussion during this meeting. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and thank you for finding time to join us today. For the next welcome remark, I would like to introduce you Alen Amirkhanian, the Director of Acopian Center for the Environment, American University of Armenia.
Hello, everyone. Thank you very much, Ambassador Victorin, Professor Markides, for your introductory remarks. We are thrilled in many ways to start this PONTOS project. It has been 2 years in the making. You know, the project life cycle is pretty long with these projects. It's been so many changes have happened since then. We have a new government in place, and so we've gone through 4 different directors of one of our partners. So this has been quite a massive launch, if you will. And we're very excited because, especially because we're working with some of our old partners, and this is the value of some of these cross-border cooperation projects. We develop relationships with the Democratic University of Thrace, and some of our other partners, with our Georgian partners. We've been in informal relationship, but now we have a chance to become more formal, and we're finding partners in Ukraine to work with and establish relationships. And this is the value of the European approach to projects, which we have benefited from, and we hope to also build on. And I think it's a great opportunity for all involved in this region to be able to use these modalities of project development and financing and implementation. And the PONTOS project itself, of course, is working on a topic that is very timely, and yet a lot of people are working on this issue right now. How do you use satellite information, remote sensing data, Earth observation data to understand the big patterns, the big changes that are happening on the environment, and to be able to use that information meaningfully for national and also regional policymaking. And the Black Sea region, of course, is a very exciting region in many respects, both the positive and the negative. But certainly the Black Sea Basin is a very active region with lots of stresses that are put on the Black Sea itself, from nutrient overloading to overfishing to maritime, traffic and its impact on the sea, tourism and its impact on the sea. We've seen, cases of, biodiversity loss, eutrophication, and all of us are going to work through this project on several tools that we can provide timely and homogenized information across borders, and this will become very valuable for regional planning, but also nationally. If we can come up with standards of data that we can all apply and use. And we're very excited that there are other similar initiatives going on, and Ambassador Victorian mentioned a few of them, and we will be making sure that both in Armenia, Georgia, and Ukraine, and of course Greece, our EU partner, we are connected with all these other initiatives. And so I think maybe there isn't much else to say other than we're very thrilled to start this project and the partnerships with our project partners. Thank you.
Thank you, Alan. With this, I would like to start the general introduction of the project and go deep in details of the project. And then we will have a session on questions and answers. So feel free to ask your questions. So the acronym of the project is PONTOS, as you already know. The long title is Copernicus Assisted Environmental Monitoring Across the Black Sea. The program priority is to promote coordination of environmental protection and joint reduction of marine litter in the Black Sea Basin. So we have main objective, which is improve joint environmental monitoring. The project duration is 30 months. It is started from July 2020 and will end in December of 2022. The funding is ENI CBC Black Sea Basin Joint Operational Program. We have 6 partners from 4 countries in this project. The lead partner is American University of Armenia's Acopian Center for the Environment. We have 2 partners from Greece, Center for the Research and Technology Hellas and Democratic University of Turkey. Another Armenian partner is Environmental Protection and Mining Inspection Body of Republic of Armenia. We have partner from Georgia, Green Alternative, and we have partner from Ukraine, Odessa National Mechnikov University. The overall objective of the project is to make information and knowledge available to scientists, policymakers, and citizens, whoever will be interested in the outcomes of the project, and to provide a full picture of the state and temporal evaluation of Black Sea region environment. We have 3 specific objectives within this project. The first one, technology transfer among the Black Sea nations. We will develop an online tool, a platform for our stakeholders. We will use the Copernicus program for environmental monitoring, and then we will engage local and regional actors at multiple levels as co-designer and receptors of the benefits accrued by PONTOS. PONTOS will address environmental monitoring at transboundary and regional levels with strategies that remain detailed enough to apply at a local scale. PONTOS will focus on land cover and land use changes, which are result of the geogenic and anthropogenic activities. The PONTOS adapts an intelligent synthesis of validated environmental Earth observation data and results from numerical models to produce quantitative estimations of physicochemical variables, as well as descriptive of environmental conditions in the Black Sea region. Within PONTOS project, we will address some significant environmental issues such as agricultural water footprint, nutrient fluxes, eutrophication processes, coastal erosion, deposit zones, land use changes, and afforestation, deforestation. We have 4 pilot sites in this project in each country. The pilot site of Armenia is Lake Sevan and its catchment area. The pilot site for Georgia first is entire coastline of Georgia and second downstream part of Rioni River. The pilot site of Greece is Nestos River and its delta. And for Ukraine, it is best beaches and recreational areas in the south of Ukraine from Odessa city to Danube River Delta and second Dniester River Delta. We have 4 types of research topics, and we will assess the following issues in each pilot area. Actually, you can see the names of the country written under each research topic. The first one is about assessment on dynamics of coastal lines. We will assess this in Ukraine, Georgia, and Greece. We have assessment on forest cover changes and its consequences on the environment. We will do this in Ukraine, Georgia, and in Armenia. We will assess the changes in wetland and flooding vegetation cover in Ukraine, Georgia, and Armenia. We will assess the chlorophyll concentration and eutrophication dynamics in Ukraine, Georgia, Greece, and Armenia. And finally, we will assess an agricultural water balance, water productivity, and water stress indices in Georgia, Greece, and Armenia. All of those assessments we will do using PONTOS platform and the tools which will be developed during next month. Here you can see the main project outputs. The first one is the PONTOS operational platform and tools. Then assessment of environmental issues in each pilot area using Earth observation data and services. The other important output will be compendium on training material used for capacity building and activities. And the last one, formation of local clusters on water management and pollution prevention in all participating countries. So this is shortly all about the project. Later we will open the floor for questions. And now I would like to ask my colleagues to continue, present each pilot site, each organization one by one. So I would like to ask our Greek partner to continue. I'll stop sharing. Yanis, could you please continue?
Yes, I'm sharing my screen in a moment. Thank you very much. It's my honor to be here. I am glad to serve our area and our common goals. To that end, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Ioannis Manakos. I'm Associate Researcher at the Center for Research and Technology Hellas, Information Technologies Institute. CERT is founded in 2000. Now today it has more than 900 employees. It is ranked among the top 20 EU research institutions. It has an annual turnover of about 25 million euros, and the governmental contribution is less than 10% to this amount. We have more than 350 publications a year and about 37,000 heritage citations a year. And we respect the principles of the Charter for Researchers and the Code of Conduct for the recruitment of researchers. We are comprised of 5 institutes: Chemical Process and Energy Resources Institute, Hellenic Institute of Transport, Institute of Applied Biosciences, Institute of Bioeconomy and Agritechnology, and my institute, the Information Technologies Institute. The Information Technologies Institute is founded in 1998 and it joined CERT in 2000. And it's among one of the leading Greek institutions in the field of information and communication technologies Europe-wide. It is comprised of different labs. I belong to the Virtual and Augmented Reality and Virtual Analytics Lab, my team. And we carry along and bring along in the project expertise which rank us 17th in 2018. We are better now this year. Among the 20 best research institutes, centers that in numbers of projects for research and development, and in matters of networking and reputation, we are even better. So we bring along a big expertise and experience in the field of project management, project implementation, and also many of these projects are related with environmental monitoring. So the Earth Observation Services team that I'm leading is contributing to PONTOS. Give me a minute. It's contributing to PONTOS, bringing along the platform, the backend, which is developed within the framework of an FP7 project, BioSOS, continuously developed in another project, EcoPotential, which has finished last year, October. It's called Earth Observation Data for Ecosystem Monitoring Tool. We are bringing together the knowledge and competency for open data cubes, which are used to monitor, for example, Australia, Switzerland, and other countries. We have already built numerous e-learning modules in application of Earth observation for environmental monitoring. we are bringing together competence for on-site data collection and also the way to promote the information to the stakeholders. So we are combining space products for the user in a user-friendly environment with maps and the reality on the ground. And this is what we wish to deliver further to PONTOS and enhance. So we bring along also a big experience of EU projects. Right now, we are involved in many Horizon projects like SNAP Earth, eSafe, WQMS, Nextland, and EOTIST, which are related with ecosystem monitoring, water quality monitoring, forestry monitoring, and extreme events monitoring with artificial intelligence. All of them are related to topics that are within PONTOS. Also, we bring along our big network. We are cooperating with the European Association of Remote Sensing Laboratories, with the NASA Land Cover Land Use Change Program, Copernicus Academy, the International Center for Advanced Mediterranean Agronomic Studies, the Global Observation of Forest Land Cover Dynamics Networks, GeoBon Ecofan, and Group on Earth Observations, different initiatives and flagships. So I would like to thank you. We have a vision. We are always smiling in our work and look positive forward. Thank you very much, and I'm at your disposal.
Thank you very much, Yanis. For the next presentation, I would like to introduce you Professor Georgios Silaos from the Democratic University of Turkey, Greece.
Hello, I'm Georgios Silaos, Professor of Oceanography in the Department of Environmental Engineering, and I'm the Director of the Lab of Ecological Engineering and Technology. The Democratic University of Thrace is located at the northeastern part of Greece. As you can see, it covers the three main cities of Thrace plus Orestiada at the northeastern part of the area. It's an area which is in direct contact with the neighbor countries, Turkey and Bulgaria, and we are in have received the effluence of the Black Sea as Black Sea waters reach really the North Aegean Sea and the Thracian Sea in our region. I am the director of the Lab of Ecological Engineering and Technology, which serves and covers the educational research and development needs of the region and nationwide in the fields of management and restoration of rivers, lakes, reservoirs, groundwater and coastal aquifers, in environmental hydraulics, hydrodynamics, hydrology and water resources management, and in the integrated wastewater treatment systems like environmental friendly technologies as the natural treatment systems and the constructed wetlands. We have long participation in research projects, EU funded, nationally funded. I just list here some of the most significant ones, like Figaro on water saving technologies in agriculture, the Mare Nostrum on integrated coastal zone management of the Mediterranean Sea, the WasteNet, a project which in fact was a project by which we met with the Armenian University, the American University of Armenia, on wastewater treatment technologies through NTS over the Black Sea Basin, and Odyssea, which is a project which is currently in operation. We are the coordinators there, and it's a project funded by Horizon 2020 on the networking of operational oceanographic observatories covering the Mediterranean Sea. The pilot area we will study is the Nestos River drainage basin. You can see it here is the basin which is shared between Greece and Bulgaria. It's more or less 50% between the two countries. And we will mostly focus our activities on the southern part, the lower end of the basin, which is the deltaic part where we have significant issues. Firstly, I would say that the upstream part of the river, exactly where the river enters Greece, there are two main hydro power dams, the reservoirs and the consequent reservoirs, which are the Platanovrysi and Thesavros dams. Of course, these affect the dynamics, the hydrology, and the environmental conditions of the system. We have an explicit GIS for all human activities over the basin. And we have seen that the main problems of the area are pollution from agricultural residues, freshwater mismanagement, the salinization of the groundwater aquifers, the coastal erosion issues, the degradation of the coastal lagoons, and the productivity, the low water productivity and the limited crop yield in the area. We have examined the coastal zone through various satellite images. We have significant experience on analyzing satellite data, and we have analyzed and spotted the main coastal erosion areas where we have significant retreat of land as a result of the wave and currents affecting the region. We are running over the river a series of hydrological models, which are in some cases coupled with fish habitat models, because we have seen that as a result of river damming, we have significant consequences on the ecosystem and the habitats of certain species. And as you know, these are significant habitats in terms and indicators in terms of Water Framework Directive. We also have developed and contributed to a platform which is known as Figaro platform. Is a system which aids the farmers in the irrigation scheduling, and through this platform we implement precision irrigation actions. The main stakeholders for PONTOS for us over this period of the 30 months of this project, and for coming from the area of interest and with significant interest on the outputs of PONTOS. You can see them here. There's no point of reading this. And I will thank you very much. As I said, these are our contact infos. You can see, you can find us in Facebook as Lab Ecology NG or Oral News, and in Odysseia Greece, where we upload on a daily basis the most recent satellite images from the area. Thank you.
Thank you very much. For the next presentation, I would like to introduce you Dr. Irakli Macharashvili, Green Alternative Georgia.
Thank you. It's a great honor to be part of this project. I will start now sharing my screen. Is it okay now?
Yes.
Okay. I'm representing Association Green Alternative. I'm Conservation Program Coordinator in Green Alternative. Green Alternative is non-governmental, non-profit organization. We are a mix of advocacy and think tank group. And our mission is to protect the environment, biological and cultural heritage of Georgia through promoting economically sound and socially acceptable alternatives, establishes the principles of environmental social justice, upholding public access information and decision-making process. Green Alternative received Golden Environmental Prize in 2004 as a recognition of organizations' incredible work for environmental protection, social justice, and equity. We are working in several thematic and cross-cutting areas, such as privatization and environment, biodiversity conservation, forest management, waste management, public access to information, and one of the main tasks of Green Alternative is work in European Neighborhood Policy and EU-Georgia Action Plan. Green Alternative will lead in this PONTOS project capacity building activities, coordinate the Georgian pilot area, and contribute in communication. Couple of words about pilot area in Georgia. Pilot area in Georgia is coastal zone and Kolkheti lowlands. In Western Georgia, it contains River Rioni, biggest river of Georgia, and some national parks, including Ramsar sites of Georgia. what are the main problems, main environmental problems in this region? It's deforestation. This coastal area is under threat of severe coastal erosion caused by a combination of sea level rise, tectonic sinking of land, alteration of river and sediment flow, and this leads shoreline recession. There are several dams constructed in the river Rioni, which affects environmental situation and causes shoreline recession. Also, one of the big problems in the region is extraction of sediments from riverbed quarries, which also affects the environment and sea shore. As it was mentioned, Green Alternative will lead capacity building activities in the region. The goal of these activities is to build capacity about utilization of Copernicus products and services in a coordinated manner through PONTOS platform and online services and tools. Main outputs of this component of PONTOS project will be a comprehensive training package in English and national languages and formation of local clusters of water management and pollution prevention in all participating countries. As I mentioned, the Green Alternative is leading for these activities, but all other partners will be involved in the activities. And main activities connected with this capacity building is capacity building of young scientists and practitioners and capacity building of public administration, civil society organizations, and private sector. Thank you for your attention and good luck.
Thank you very much. The next presentation is from Ukraine. Will be presented by Dr. Sergei Medinets, Odessa National University.
Thank you, Agavni. It's a honor for me personally and for our group. I'm Sergei Medinets, a senior researcher from Odessa Regional Center for Integrated Environmental Monitoring of Odessa National University. And I would like to introduce briefly our university, our center, Ukrainian pilot area with issues associated and highlight what project plans to deliver for the region. Odessa National Meshnikov University, founded in 1865, is one of the oldest in Ukraine. The university includes 11 faculties, 16 fundamental research labs, 3 research institutes, and 10 research centers, including our center. Our center was founded in 1998 and reorganized in 2003. Currently, we have 21 staff members and 14 collaborators with different backgrounds to cover required environmental research fields. The main research directions of our center includes inter alia integrated environmental monitoring, GIS, space image processing, nutrient pollution in ecosystems, hydrochemistry, hydrobiology, and hydrogeology. Main geographic areas where we have been conducting our field studies located in the northwestern part of the Black Sea and adjacent inland areas. RCM have a large experience in international collaboration by being participating in 19 projects, including INTAS, TASIS, UFP, UNDP, and UNEP-GF. Ukrainian pilot area is located in the northwestern part of the Black Sea and covers 2 joint study sub-areas. The first one includes the coastal line with beaches and recreational areas from Odessa city to Danube River Delta. Main specific issues are coastline changes, that is climate and anthropogenic driven erosion or deposition due to sediment transport, and nutrient pollution caused by riverine input, coastal sewage sinks, and also atmospheric nitrogen deposition. The second one includes the Dniester Delta area and adjacent estuary. Main issues in this area are nutrient pollution from agricultural sector, sinks from households not connected to sewage system, and wastewater discharges, impacting both drinking and irrigation water quality via eutrophication events, air quality via reactive nitrogen emission from agriculture and burnings of wetlands, water supply deficit impacted by redistribution of rainfall pattern due to climate change and aggravated by water discharge perturbation due to hydropower plants, as well as biodiversity loss and habitat damage caused by the all mentioned above. Considering region-specific environmental issues, PONTOS project will deliver estimation of dynamics of coastline changes from Odessa to the Danube Delta with identification of the main factors triggering those alterations. Our previous studies on coastline changes in that area have shown that land area within the Danube Delta, Sasik and Dniester estuary, as well as Odessa Bay, increased by more than 16 square kilometers, while other coastal areas were subjected to destruction of around 5 square kilometers. Chlorophyll concentration is known to be an indicator of water eutrophication. Therefore, the ability to monitor this parameter with satellite images will allow to remotely estimating nutrient pollution in both inland and coastal surface waters, while the validation with region-specific in situ data, we hope, can significantly increase the accuracy of this method. Examples of our studies on chlorophyll A over specific field campaigns under different projects are shown here. Wetlands and aquatic vegetation are known to effectively eliminate excessive nitrogen from surface waters. Besides being a potentially valuable natural resource of nutrients, wetland vegetation is often burned out by locals, leading to nitrogen and carbon losses, instead of being utilized, for instance, in heating or applied as a green manure in agriculture. For example, we have quantified that 13,000 hectares was burned in the Dniester Delta over the last year. On average, wetland fires in this area emit around 3 gigagram nitrogen and 96 gigagram carbon per year. We encourage that estimation of agricultural balance, water productivity, and water stress indices by using PONTOS platform will be highly useful for regional stakeholders, from agricultural sector, water agencies, and policymakers at assessing current situation and developing effective strategies to increase water use efficiency by diminishing water losses from the agroecosystems. We believe that achieving those deliverables inter alia using tools mounted on PONTOS platform will enhance the applicability of environmental observation data for stakeholders in a user-friendly manner. Meanwhile, calibration of spaceborne products with in situ data will increase its credibility. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sergey. Then I will continue with the presentation of Armenia and Armenian pilot site. I'm Aghavni Harutyunyan. I am GIS and remote sensing specialist from Acopian Center for the Environment, and I will be managing this project. The pilot site of Armenia is the same for 2 Armenian organizations involved in this project. As we already mentioned, American University of Armenia's Acopian Center for the Environment is the lead partner, and Environmental Protection and Mining Inspection Body is also a partner organization in this project. The pilot site of Armenia is the Lake Sevan and its catchment area, and Lake Sevan is one of the largest and deepest of high-altitude freshwater lakes in the world. On this slide, you can see some details about the lake. There are 2 main rivers flow in, and 1 river flows out of the Lake Sevan. Lake Sevan consists of 2 parts: Major Sevan, which is shallow, and Minor Sevan, which is deeper. On this slide, you can see the water level change over time. As you can see, started from 1930s, the water level started decreasing. And in that time, the water level was 60 meters. And then right after that, we have decreasing of the water level until 2000, and in fact, we have 19.5 meters of decreasing of the water. And according to the law, we will have an increase of the water level from 2003 to 2030 at the rate of 21.6 centimeters per year, which means that in 2030, we will have 1,903 meters of water level of Lake Sevan. So here on this slide, you can see 2 images first of all, it is the map of the Lake Sevan, and on the images, on the first image, you can see the island of Lake Sevan, which was the only island in the lake, but it is not exist now because it is now peninsula because of the decrease of water level. So some significant issues are related to the lake, and pressures on the lake are agriculture, fish farming, hydropower generation, tourism, mining activities, solid waste, and domestic water use in this area. On this slide, you can see the eutrophication process or chlorophyll concentration maps from July 2018. So the satellite image is Sentinel-2. You can see what happened in Sevan in 2018 summer, but we had the same process also in 2019, and currently the same process is going on in the lake. So we can say that the reduction of the water level coupled with anthropogenic pollution, as well as with global climate change derived high temperature, has resulted in strong eutrophication in the lake, which we are facing now. On this image, you can see that the whole lake is greener, which means that it is bloomed. Algae blooming is clearly visible. So within this project, we will address the eutrophication issues as well. So you can see here the local storyline of PONTOS, which will be addressed within this project. So there are 4 topics that we will address. First one is related to assessment on forest cover change and its consequences on the environment during the following period, started from 2019 until 2019 for the 10 years period. Then we will have assessment on changes in wetland and flooding vegetation for the same time period. We will also do the integrated assessment on chlorophyll concentration and eutrophication dynamics. As I already showed, we have a huge problem here, and we will try to address that issue within our project. The 4th topic is agricultural balance, water balance, and water productivity and water stress indices. So those are general topics related to the Armenian pilot site. And this is all from us, from our partners. And now the floor is open for the questions. And if you have questions, please feel free to unmute you and ask. You also can type your question in the chat. We can read them.
While you're thinking of your questions, this is Alan Amirkanyan, Director of the AUA Acopian Center for the Environment. I just want to emphasize that, there are many initiatives going on in all the 4 partner countries, and we will be reaching out to all the partners in each of the countries to make sure that this project is very much done collaboratively and in alignment with the other initiatives, many of which are EU funded. So that will ensure. Mark Sutton, you have your hand raised, yes.
Yeah, thank you very much. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Great. Yeah, I very much enjoyed the presentations, and it's great to see this new project starting. I focus on the international nitrogen management system, is obviously on nitrogen, but linking air pollution, water pollution, climate, the whole system. And I can see many links with this program. Sergei Medinets briefly mentioned air pollution and the importance of it into the Black Sea. And so I think my question is, if you look at a Black Sea protection point of view, how important are riverine inputs into the Black Sea versus air inputs? And to what extent can your link with remote sensing data help provide information on that question to the project?
Yanis and Yorgos, if you want to respond to that.
Okay. So,
We can't hear you, Yannis.
in matters of air, I have not worked much. Can you hear me?
It's not, no, not very well.
Is it better now? I don't know why. I'm very sorry. I know why. Is it better now?
Yes, it is.
Now I fixed it. So, in matters of air pollution, I have not worked with remote sensing and air pollution, but I understand that it is a major point because you have big sandstorms coming in and they generate deposits and so on. So, I am not aware how we can do it, but my background is in Earth observation remote sensing for land territories. So to that end, we are planning to have the system there, as I told you, in order to detect land cover, land use changes. And then there will be some modules which are residing on these results and saying that if something has changed from one condition to the other, one land use to the other land use, then the effluents to be produced are going to be so many. But I am not the expert in the topic. So from my position, we can do something for the effluents that are generated around the lake and the watersheds. In matters of air, since there are sentinel satellites that are delivering information that could be used for air pollution, we could dig in a little bit in the system and check whether we can produce some maps that can show some concentrations. But again, I would need there some support because I am not an aerosol or optical thickness expert to detect from remote sensing. But the system, the platform could support cubes of spaceborne imagery like this, and we can attach to this platform modules that could support also proxies generated through the spaceborne imagery. But again, there we would need some support from the experts.
Yes.
May I add?
Yorgos and then Irakli. Yes, go ahead, Yorgos, and then Irakli.
Thank you, Alan. From my side, as oceanographer, I would say that the area of the Black Sea receives significant effluence of nutrients from the main rivers like the Danube, like the Dniester, the Don. This effluents reach the marine environment of the Black Sea, and obviously they are affecting the biogeochemical fluxes and the cycling of the system. This means that there are, especially in terms of nitrogen, some emissions from the Black Sea to the atmosphere. We would like to exploit the new possibilities seen through Sentinel-5P. When we were writing the proposal, we didn't know exactly which parameters this new sensor would give us. So we didn't really want to be as specific as that. But now I think that we will be able to assess the fluxes reaching the atmosphere and contribute to the understanding of the biogeochemical cycling of the nutrients in the river plume areas through satellite sensing, through satellite imageries. And I believe the input of 5P will be really significant.
Okay, thanks. Irakli, did you want to add?
Yes, thank you for this idea. I think we can do mapping of main pollutants, air pollutants in our pilot regions and try to find some correlations between this air pollution and changes in vegetation coverage and eutrophication. It can be one of the hypotheses during our work, and we can see what happened. Maybe we will find some correlations.
I would like
Mark,
to add on. Can I?
Sergey, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. I would like to add that yes, atmospheric source of nitrogen is rather crucial if we estimate for the whole Black Sea, and it's even higher than riverine for the whole Black Sea area. But yeah, to estimate this, it's not easy task. Yeah, we need, for example, NO2. We can make to estimate NO2 concentration with from the Copernicus services, but as Yanis said, yeah, we need expertise for someone who may do that. But theoretically, yes, it's possible, but this is not a main focus for this particular project.
Thank you. So, Mark, I guess we will be in touch with you to pick your.
Thanks for the answers.
Yes. Irina Makarenko, I believe that's from the Black Sea Commission. Am I reading the acronym correctly?
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah.
No, please.
It would not be a question, but rather a short intervention, if you allow me. So first of all, good afternoon to all the colleagues, and it's really a great pleasure to join the launching of your new project, and congratulations. It's also a big pleasure to see so many partners here. I mean the Odessa National University, I mean the Ukrainian Scientific Center on the Ecology of the Sea. I also saw some Romanian partners which joined your distinguished meeting, and also the important projects for the Black Sea coast, such as the MBLAS project and of course the INMS initiative. So on behalf of the Black Sea Commission Permanent Secretariat, which I represent, I just wanted to say a few words. And indeed, the tasks that you plan to carry out are very important for us. And my organization, which is an intergovernmental organization uniting the efforts of 6 Black Sea riparian countries, is of course covering many issues that you selected as those of concern, and of course pollution monitoring and assessment and the land-based sources of pollution are on the agenda of the Black Sea Commission. At the moment, all the 6 countries implement the so-called Black Sea Integrated Monitoring and Assessment Program, and I'm very happy that your new project will be the one assisting to our contracting parties to implement the provisions of this program, and to help Georgia and Ukraine to follow their commitments under the Bucharest Convention. And I'm also very happy that Armenia will be joining these efforts with their organizations and their expertise, their experts and scientists. And I wanted also to emphasize that the issues such as the remote sensing, such as the Earth observation data, and of course the eutrophication, as it was already mentioned many times, eutrophication, especially in the northwest part of the Black Sea coast, is very much an issue for the Black Sea Commission, and especially those parts where the riverine pollution comes and the Dnieper, the Dniester and the Danube are flowing into the Black Sea Basin. So we are looking forward to your deliverables. We will be happy to participate, to provide some expertise if needed, and we will be very happy to contribute to your deliverables, and wish you, of course, the success in all your endeavors. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes, there's also a comment from the Institute of Informatics in Armenia that they're working with a Swiss and also an Armenian partner, the Noospheric Ecological Center, and they're creating Armenian Data Cube, and we're aware of that, and we will be in touch with you, because that's we definitely want to make sure that we work together and build on each other's work, and we don't duplicate initiatives.
May I?
Yes, please, Ganis.
I want to state that this remark is important. The know-how that we have also here at CERT originates from our colleagues from Geneva. So in fact, we have cooperated with them, and the technology that the data cube is being built in Armenia is the same that we are promoting through PONTOS as well. So this will be a very fertile ground for cooperation later on.
Okay. If there are other questions, if some other questions arise after this meeting, you always can email us or let us know whenever you want. We are more than happy to address them. If there is no any question, maybe we can.
I have a very minor question. Are there any opportunities for student involvement, either bachelor's or master's level students throughout the project? Could you give some insight to us?
If I could just jump in, Avni. Yes, there will be many opportunities in all the universities, and also Green Alternative, I guess, they can have internships. So we will explore those possibilities, and we definitely can think of. There's, for us at the Armenian side, and each partner has a different role, this is also an opportunity to collaborate with some of the other departments at the university, because this is as much an environmental project as is an IT project. Because we're in essence creating an expert AI system, right? Where it will be taking the satellite data, couple it with local obtained kind of verification of data and models that are developed. And then this expert system will generate data and analysis. So of course, there's a huge IT component here as well. It's not just an environmental project. And it's very much more than an IT project, as I see it, than environmental project. So we will have to collaborate with different disciplines as well. So
I would like just to add that we will have a lot of events, brainstorming events, local events with stakeholders. We will have trainings and training for trainers. So every interested people will be involved, will be of course invited to participate to those events and have some input in this project in terms of developing the platform, which needs to be as a final product for us, our stakeholders. So it is really great that there is a lot of interest here, and from today you can already start collaboration with us and give us some hints how we came to develop the platform, which will be used later by you.
it is 6:02. We don't want to keep people waiting longer. Thank you very much, everyone. I guess I'll need the closing. I have the closing. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much, everyone. There's not much to say other than we're very excited that this project is starting, and we see there's a lot of room for collaboration across countries, but within countries also, with similar initiatives going on. And our task is, our challenge is to make sure we don't replicate efforts, but build on each other's, because resources, as always, are limited, and the scarcest of resources is our time. And we need to use our time intelligently and build a system that provides the kind of benefits that the project aspires to. Thank you very much, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.